Probably going to hate this. Message 382 in day 36 in the 8C challenge. And this message is dedicated to the late Ken McFarland. In his book, Raise Your Game, Alan Stein Jr. tells a story of going to Kobe Bryant's first ever skills academy for kids. Bryant worked out early each morning before the sessions with the kids, and Stein asked if he could watch. When Stein arrived at the court at 4 a.m., Bryant was already dripping with sweat. Stein describes what he saw, quote, "For 45 minutes, I was shocked. For 45 minutes, I watched the best player in the world do the most basic drills. I watched the best player on the planet do basic ball handling drills. I watched the best player on the planet do basic footwork. I watched the best player on the planet do basic offensive moves. Granted, he did everything with surgical precision and superhero intensity, but the stuff he was doing was so simple. I couldn't believe it. Later that day, I went over to him. Thanks again, I said. I really enjoyed watching your workout this morning. No problem, Kobe replied. Then I hesitated, not wanting to sound rude or worse, condescending. You're the best player in the world. Why do such basic stuff? Kobe said, why do you think I'm the greatest player in the game? I never get bored with the basics, end quote. The late Dr. Kenneth McFarland once said, quote, spectacular success in life is always and only preceded by unspectacular preparation, end quote. The shortcut to spectacular success is the long way of daily discipline in the same direction, doing the basics. What are your basics? Do you get bored with the basics? Or do you drill down into your basics? I've told the story before about Coach John Wooden's first meeting with new players going over how to put socks on. He said, quote, I believe in the basics, attention to and perfection of tiny details that might be commonly overlooked. They may seem trivial, perhaps even laughable to those who don't understand, but they aren't. They are fundamental to your progress in basketball, business, and life. They are the difference between champions and near champions. For example, at the first squad meeting each season, held 2 weeks before our first annual practice, I personally demonstrate how I wanted players to put their socks on each and every time. Carefully roll the socks over the toes, ball of the foot, arch and around the heel, then pull the sock up snug so there will be no wrinkles of any kind. End quote. Do you believe in the basics? Again, what are your basics? Are you still trying to perfect and master the fundamentals? It's tempting to work on complicated, fancy, advanced issues and activities. You may feel silly. You may feel unspectacular. The great ones believe in the basics. If you listed your basics, what would be included? On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to each? Bore into the basics. Bore into the boring.